What's up, brother? Chase Oliver 68 here, bringing you another video to my channel. If you're wondering what's on the TV right now, dude, it's the Steelers versus the Broncos, brother. And I must watch this event. Why? Because I'm a Chargers fan, and the Steelers, and the Broncos are in the division of the Chargers, and you guys know the rest. If you guys don't know who this is, it's Chase Oliver 68. I hope you guys like that terrible Hulk Hogan impression. But anyways, time to review TNA's No Surrender 2012 review. No Surrender is the final stop before Bound for Glory. Some of these superstars are going to be there, and it's going to be the end to the Bound for Glory series. If you guys like me, subscribe. If you want to check out my other channel, CO Live videos, I'm going to be uploading a lot more frequently. I'm hoping to get more rolling on that channel. I've been kind of lazy as of late, I admit. Check out my Twitter at ChaseOliver68. And tomorrow I'm going to be uploading a podcast instead of my Monday Night Raw review, mainly because the Chargers are playing on Monday night. What can I say? Chargers greater than wrestling. And also, I do want to say that please check out my Intercontinental Championship video that I made last Friday. I'm surprised no one is really appreciating the fact that I was talking about the Intercontinental Championship, one of my favorite championship belts. Now let's get started with No Surrender. No Surrender kicked off with Jeff Hardy versus Samoa Joe. And I was scratching my head saying, okay, well, I guess this is the way you're going to kick it out, but okay. Why not? So, pretty much Jeff Hardy and Samoa Joe was a pretty solid matchup. We saw this on Impact. It went a little bit longer in their Impact matchup, but it was a pretty solid matchup. Jeff Hardy wins by a roll-up. Doesn't make Samoa Joe look too weak. Makes Jeff Hardy look a little bit better. Yeah, I'm fine with it. Jeff Hardy moves on to the Bound for Glory Series Finals. Next up, we got the other semifinals between Bound for Glory point leader James Storm and Bully Ray. And this was a match I was really looking my eye towards. The main reason was because I was thinking to myself, okay, is TNA really going to go on the route of giving us James Storm and Austin Aries? I don't think that would be the route TNA would really want to go. And I kind of felt that Bully Ray was going to win this matchup. I really had Bully Ray winning this matchup, mainly because of one of my favorite current superstars today in Bobby Roode. So the match itself, I thought it was pretty decent. Nothing really too spectacular here. A ref bump happens, and it turns out Robert Roode comes out with a beer bottle, hits James Storm over the head. Bully Ray gets the win. James Storm and Robert Roode for Bound for Glory, the biggest feud in TNA right now. I'm fine with that. Fine with that, 100%. And it leaves more unpredictability leading into our main event, which would be Jeff Hardy and Bully Ray, which I'll discuss later on. Tara missed Tessmacher before the match. Tessmacher was kind of talking about how she was excited to face, her former mentor, and that it's going to be an awesome matchup between her and Tara. Tessmacher and Tara went out there, had a nice long knockouts match, nothing too spectacular here, just a standard women's match. And Tara seemed to get a little bit ahead of herself, tried to go for the Widow's Peak. Tessmacher gets a surprise win, 1, 2, 3, and it looks like they're going to move this feud over to Bound for Glory, wondering if they're going to give the belt to Tara at that point. Who knows, but at least this was a good setup for Bound for Glory because, really, to be honest, I thought it was too soon for this match to happen. But they're both 1-1 against each other. Tara beat Tessmacher at the open fight night, and Tessmacher beat Tara at No Surrender tonight. So Bound for Glory just leads for the final conclusion, I think, of this little trilogy they might have, even though it's not really that big of a trilogy. You get what I'm saying. But overall, good stuff. Austin Aries comes out and he calls out Arm Breaker. That's what I'm going to call him because that's what Mike Tenay was calling him on Impact this Thursday and also tonight. So Arm Breaker and Austin Aries don't have a wrestling match. They actually just have a straight out street brawl, and they were just brawling for a good amount of time. I really did enjoy this segment. It got me very amped up for the rest of the show. And it turned out, Austin Aries hit the Brainbuster DDT. So then everyone's all like, oh shit, take off the mask, take off the mask. And before he could, the rest of Aces and Eights came out. Everyone was like flooding the locker room, and it turned out Jeff Hardy got hurt during this exchange. And that was like the main focus. And this leads to Hulk Hogan being like, everyone, get back there, get backstage. I'm going to lock up the securities and everything, and making sure no more Aces and Eights members come out. And Jeff Hardy, will he be able to wrestle tonight? We will have to wait and find out. And this leads to, kind of after this segment that was just so like, oh my goodness, what's going to happen next? we just kind of went flat, a little bit flat from here. We had Zima Ion versus Sanjay Dutt for the X Division title. You know, the story behind it with Dutt and his shoulder, they didn't really go into much that in depth on Impact, which kind of shocked me. And that's sad that it's like a poor build for such a match like this, especially with Sanjay Dutt's story behind it. Could have added more flavor, more intensity to this match. But in the end, Zima Ion wins again. I think they're holding off for, you know, when, fuck, I forgot his name, Jesse Ryan, when he comes back. You know, Jesse Sorensen, I mean, excuse me. When Jesse Sorensen comes back to take the belt off Zima Ion, and I think that's the right decision. But I also think Kenny King should be more featured in the X Division. So, kind of torn between those two right now. Moving on forward, we got Rob Van Dam versus Magnus. And I thought, give Magnus the win here. Set up a feud for Bound for Glory between RVD and Magnus. And it turns out Magnus loses to RVD. And I'm scratching my head asking why. Maybe they want to save it for Bound for Glory where they put a gimmick match and they have Magnus beat RVD in Extreme Original in a gimmick match. Or maybe it's that RVD just didn't want to put Magnus over tonight. In all honesty, Magnus should have won here. The blow-off should have happened at Bound for Glory in a gimmick match. And ultimately, Magnus should go over in this feud, adding more star level, adding more potential for him in the near future, especially building up new heel heavyweights for your heavyweight division. I mean, Magnus is a big-time guy and a guy that you could use in the future. Don't know why he wouldn't go over in this matchup. As for the match itself, it was standard at best. I don't think RVD can work as he could anymore. And to be honest, Magnus should have gone over. Magnus should have gone over. That is for sure. We get the tag team rematch. I don't know why. AJ Styles and Kurt Angle taking on Daniels and Kaz. I guess this is the end to the AJ and Daniels feud, hopefully. Hopefully. I mean, seriously, it's like this feud keeps going on and on. It's just like, look, I know they're trying to add, I know AJ and Daniels is like one of their most main feuds in TNA, but does this feud really need to continue after it's been through almost everything TNA has put up with it? But Daniels and Kaz end up winning. Was it a solid matchup? Yeah, I like their Slammiversary one better than this one. That's just my personal preference. But other than that, solid enough to, you know, entertain me for the 20 minutes it went on. Now we get on to the main event. And the main event was interesting. Bully Ray comes out. He's fine. We all know Bully Ray's not injured. Then out comes, you know, Jeff Hardy's music. Hulk Hogan comes out and said, and this leads to, you know, Hulk Hogan and Bully Ray saying they have a problem with each other. And I'm asking to myself, what is going to lead on to this promo segment? What is going to continue on with this promo segment? And then it just comes out that, it seems like Hogan is saying that Bully Ray is a part of Aces and Eights because Bully Ray was the one to point out that Jeff Hardy was hurt, which was kind of confusing to me as Bully Ray being a heel. But that's okay, I guess. And so I'm just like saying, what's going on? And I thought Hogan might put himself in the match with Bully Ray, or I thought Samoa Joe might replace Jeff Hardy. Turns out Jeff Hardy comes out. Bully Ray fist bumps Jeff Hardy. I don't know why. And they put on a very good match. This was a very good storytelling match where, you know, Hardy's hurt. He's hitting him with everything got. Bully Ray is trying to kick out because he wants to make a name for himself. Bully Ray, everyone knows him as Bubba Ray Dudley. Everyone knows him as a tag team, you know, superstar. But tonight, and once again, he's in the Bound for Glory finals, and he wants to become that single star he know he can become, you know? So, very good matchup between these two storytelling-wise. Overall, in-ring-wise, maybe if you're an in-ring fan, you wouldn't love it that much. But as a storytelling matchup, it was fucking good. Jeff Hardy ends up winning, goes on, and he's going to be facing Austin Aries. So, it looks like at Bound for Glory, we already got Rude versus Storm and Aries versus Hardy. If you're not pumped for that, I don't know what your problem is. But anyways, if you guys like this video, you know what to do. This is Chase Oliver 68. I'll see you all next time. And I'll say, peace!